Hello everyone, please watch this video right until the very end because there'll be a lot of details all the way throughout this video and I'll try and explain as much as I can in as little time as I can. So, from the title you may be very shocked. Indeed, I am selling my gaming PC. This is to fund other very similar projects on my channel. The money I get from this will go straight back into my channel. Now, here's what I'm thinking. I'm not putting this on eBay yet. I wanted to offer it to you guys first because when I told you all that I was struggling with money to keep these projects up for my channel, a lot of people were willing to donate. Now, at the moment, I'm not ready to set up a donation scheme simply because I don't feel that I offer a reliable enough service and a continuous amount of content for you guys to enjoy. That'll change in the future. A lot's going to change when I turn 18, hopefully when I get a full partnership, etc, etc. But for now, I thought I could offer you guys this for a decent price for you and for me in order to fund other projects on my channel. And if this goes to one of you guys, one of my subscribers or viewers, I can promise you that any money I get from this, all of it down to the last penny, is going straight back into projects that I will film for this channel. Okay, so without further ado, if you guys have never heard my voice before or seen this PC before, you probably haven't been on this channel before, so I'd like to urge you to watch the build because I have a 9-part build of this PC that I did around 11 months ago. So this system is only about 11 months old and it's in very good condition. Obviously I've taken extremely good care of it because I built it. I put my heart and soul into this build and I can strongly and safely say that I've kept it that way for the 11 months that I've been using it. It's in very clean condition and when I sell it to you guys it'll be in even cleaner condition because I will blow out any dust that's in this system. I have all original boxes for all of the parts, so what I'll do is I'll post you the case with the PC inside it, so the full build within the case for the case, within the box for the case that I still have, and then I'll post you another box with all of the original hardware boxes that I still have. So I have them all for the motherboard, the processor, the graphics card, even the optical drive and the hard drive, and also the power supply and a load of other random stuff like that. Even the cases for the fans I still have. So, this is my PC, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to remind you all of the specs and I'm going to take you around every last detail. So let's start at the top first. At the top we have 2 exhaust fans. These are both 140mm Sigmatech fans. They have blue blades and 4 white LEDs, so they shine out through the top of the case and shine into the case. So these add extremely good looks to the PC, and also the cooling is fantastic. A lot of hot air comes out of this area here, a lot of hot air, much more than what comes out the standard back exhaust fan. Over here we have the Phenom 2 X4 sticker and the Gigabyte sticker because this is running on a Gigabyte Ultra Durable 3 motherboard and a Phenom processor. We'll get into that more in a minute. We'll go down to the front of the system then. Sorry about lighting everyone, but this is a very dark case, so it's hard to capture good footage. This is a glossy front door that you can see, and it opens like so to reveal 1, 2, 3 5¼ bays. One of them is occupied, so there's 4 altogether. This is an LG 22x DVD rewriter. It's a SATA drive. Here we have one 3.5-inch drive bay, good for a card reader or a floppy drive if you still want to use one of those. Power button, reset button, and the built-in fan controller. So this knob controls the 2 top fans, and this knob controls the front and the side fan. So coming down here we have the grill for the front fan. It's also a Sigmatech and it has purple LEDs. It's a crystal clear fan. It's a very nice fan, very mellow lighting. You just get a little shine out the front. It's very nice, and you can also see a little bit of it through the side window. It pulls a lot of cold air in over the hard drive bay. And then we have the standard blue LED NZXT intake fan here. and this intakes over the graphics card power supply area. So 2 intake, 2 exhaust, intake fan controller, exhaust fan controller. You can control up to 4 fans with this case. So that's the front. On the side here, you can see that we have 2 USB ports, microphone and headphone and eSATA, all convenient on the side there. Moving over from the ports, you can see we have a massive window in this case. It's a mid-tower case, and you can see the window covers pretty much the majority of the side panel. It's angled down like so, and you can see it has a little bump there on the edge, so it's a really quite nice design. You can see here we have a fan grill for the intake. I will clean all dust off of this machine before I send it to you. So that's a blue LED NZXT intake fan, like I said. Coming around the back of the system, you can start to see where it really shines, because the back looks very, very nice, and any dust that you see will be gone, that's a promise. At the back here, you can see we have the backing plate for the motherboard. We'll get to all the ports in a minute, but first we'll run down the case. We have external water cooling grommets, if you so desire. 120mm NZXT exhaust fan. This has white blades. It's very quiet, and it's a really nice looking fan. Coming down, you can see we have some ventilation. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 PCI. Oh no, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 PCI expansion slots. So that's standard for ATX. And then you can see we have our power supply in the bottom, and we'll get to the details of that in a second. So that has a power connection and a power switch on it. Moving up to the ports on the back of the motherboard, you can see that we have PS2 for your keyboard and mouse. Digital audio, both in optical toslink and coaxial forms. 2, 4, 6, 8 USB ports. Big firewire, little firewire, gigabit Ethernet, and 7.1 surround sound with microphone and headphone jacks. So that's a very nice complement of ports. Down here on the graphics card, we have dual DVI, 1 HDMI and dual mini display, up to 5 displays with this graphics card. And of course, it supports Crossfire if you want to add another one in the future. And it supports iFinity with just this one card. So it's a very, very nice card. On the bottom of this case, there is indeed a dust filter for the PSU. This will be cleaned even more before I give it to you, but as you can see, I've kept it in very clean condition. And the feet are very tall, so there's plenty of room for the power supply to intake air and exhaust out the back. So the power supply doesn't heat up any of the rest of the system, even when it's under load, because it has its own chamber. Intake through the bottom, cold air, and blow out the back. So it's very, very nice. It has rubber feet on the bottom of this case, so it doesn't vibrate against your desk. I'm now going to remove the side panel and show you the inside of the computer. The side panels, both the right and the left one, are accessible via thumb screws. And I'd like to mention that the case will be provided with all original accessories like thumb screws, hard drive mounting brackets, and all the stuff that came with the case. So putting the door down on the side, then you can see our 120mm NZXT intake fan with blue LEDs, and that blows air directly over the power supply area, hence the dust. But like I said, everything will be cleaned before you get this system. So let me lie it down on the floor so I can show you everything inside here, because like I said, I put my heart and soul into building this system. So from the top, you can clearly see that the cable management is very good, considering it's a mid-tower case. I will not be taking the other side panel off during this video, because it's hard to get back on, because as you can see back there, all of the cables are managed very, very well, and they're pretty much all back there, including the 24-pin, the 8-pin, and everything else. So what I'll do is I'll start down the bottom and work my way up. Here we have a very good highlight of the build. This is the Cooler Master Silent Pro M 700 watt power supply. 80 plus bronze certified, very clean power, and it's absolutely silent. I've never heard the power supply over any of the other fans. It's very, very quiet. It has some fantastic features. It's a modular PSU design, and all of the other modular leads will be included. So you can see a couple of spare modular ports there that we're not using in this particular build right now, but brilliant for future-proofing, because there is the option to add another 2 8-pin graphics connections to this PSU to add another card like this. It's 700 watts output, so it's a very powerful PSU. Plenty of room for expandability in a build like this. Like I said, you can add another one of these graphics cards to this PSU if you wanted to, as long as you upgraded your motherboard. This PSU has flat modular cables. You can see it well here. The cables are flat, so they're very easy to route around your case, and all of the cables for the hard drives, the optical drives and everything from the power supply are flat like this one. It has noise dampening vibration pads here, and they clip onto the edge of the power supply to isolate it from the case even further than the original case isolation that's included provides. So the PSU doesn't vibrate very much against the case at all, and it helps with the silent performance of it. Coming up then, you can start to see the motherboard and all of the front panel connections and the 2 SATA connections. This is a Gigabyte MA770T UD3 motherboard. It's from the ultra durable 3 line, so it uses all solid Japanese capacitors, no cheap electrolytics here, so the motherboard is going to last a very long time. It's also really thick, so it can support massive CPU coolers without flexing, and it's overall a brilliant quality board with fantastic power management design, so you're never really going to run into any problems as long as you treat this system well. This is an extremely reliable motherboard that I've never had any problems with, and hopefully if you buy this system you'll never have any problems with it either. I chose the motherboard based on the ultra durable 3 design, and I'm really glad I did, because it's the highest quality motherboard I've ever used just because of that. Now bear in mind, this motherboard only has a single PCI X 16X slot. PCIe 16X slot, sorry everyone. So if you did want to add another graphics card, you will need to upgrade the motherboard, but it's very cheap to do so, because you can sell this motherboard for quite a bit of money if you'd want to, and then you'd only have to save up a very small amount of money to get the same socket and 2 PCI slots. Other than that, there's tons of upgradability on this motherboard. You can see on the SATA port side things here, we have 3 free SATA ports. One of them is going to the eSATA port at the front of the case. The other 2 are going to the hard drive and optical drive. You can see we have 2 legacy PCI slots, 2 1X slots there, and another 1X slot up there. So that's great for adding wireless cards if you wanted to add Wi-Fi to this machine, USB cards, but even though there's like tons of USB ports on the back, any kind of card that you wanted to add, you could put into this system. Coming up, you can see the really nice design on the motherboard. It looks really nice, and we're coming up to the socket area. So underneath this cooler, we'll get to the cooler in a minute, we have an AMD Phenom 2 X4 CPU. So what is this? This is the 2nd generation of Phenom processors, hence the Phenom 2, but the X4 stands for the amount of cores that it has. So this is a quad-core processor. This is the 955 chip, which means that it's originally clocked at 3.2 gigahertz, but this processor is a black edition, so I have overclocked this to 3.6 gigahertz. Now it's your choice whether you want to receive this as factory clock speeds. I can reset the BIOS and everything can be exactly the same for you, but I'm happy to leave my stable 48-hour burn-in Prime 95 3.6 gigahertz overclock on this CPU before you receive this system. I'm very happy to do that. The cooler is an Arctic Cooling Freezer 7 Pro Rev 2. This is a very small cooler. I like it a lot because it's extremely quiet. The fan matches the NZXT fans. It has 1, 2, 3 heat pipes, as you can see, and it's generally a very nice looking cooler and very small. A big plus to this cooler is it doesn't require any third-party mounting equipment. You literally just screw it onto the provided AMD cooler mounting with your motherboard, and it performs very well. It keeps the CPU extremely cool, even under load when it's clocked at 3.6 gigahertz. But this case can accommodate a bigger cooler if you want to, but I don't really recommend it. This cooler was a good choice at the time and I don't regret it at all. Coming over then, you can see we have 4 DIMM slots. 2 of them are occupied at the moment. This is Patriot Signature DDR3 1333 MHz RAM. Each stick is 2 GB in capacity, so that's 4 GB of 1333 MHz DDR3 RAM in total. If you persuade me nicely, I will possibly upgrade it to 8 GB before I sell it to you with no extra cost, because I realise that 8 GB is now kind of the standard for when you want to build a system, whereas when I built this, 4 GB was still fully acceptable. Here you can see we have a sleeved extension for the motherboard 24-pin connector. That leads for an extremely clean look, no ugly yellow and red wires going into the motherboard. And that's the same for the CPU connection down wherever it is, down there. You can see it underneath the audio extension cable, no sorry, underneath the sleeved cable for the heatsink fan. You can see the nice sleeved blue CPU connection. Okay, so that's all about the motherboard. Coming over here, you can see, well, you can't actually see, but behind here we have a mini cold cathode tube, and the inverter is back here as well. But there's one free socket for the addition of this cold cathode. Now, I've left it out of the system purely so you can decide where you want it, because lighting is a very opinion based topic, and there's a free output on that inverter to mount that cold cathode wherever you want, and this will be included with the computer. Coming down, you can see we have the LG 22x SATA optical drive. Coming down here, we have 2 free 3.5-inch bays, but one of them is occupied with the fan controller for the case. Here we have the hard drive. This is something that I haven't spoken about at all yet. In this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hard drive bays, and this hard drive is only occupying one of them, of course. So there's lots of expandability room here, as well as lots of free SATA connections on the motherboard, and there are more SATA power connections back there, because on the SATA power for this hard drive from the power supply, there are another 3 SATA power connections, I believe. So this drive is a Western Digital Caviar Blue 500GB drive. So it's a mid-range drive. It provides a good balance between performance and price, and also you get a lot of storage. This is 500GB. You could add another one of these 500GB Western Digital Caviar Blue drives for a very cheap price, and you could still achieve amazing performance when you put them in RAID 0. This case can accommodate SSDs. I believe it came with an adapter that obviously I'll include, because I'm including all the accessories for this case. So you can load this system up if you want to. Now, another point I'd like to make is those fans look absolutely wonderful up there with the blue blades, and if you can see any dust on them, all the dust will be removed, like I said, before I sell the system. Now then, I've missed this out. And I missed it out on purpose, because this is a very big selling point for this PC, and it's something that's going to push the price of the PC up quite a bit. I still have the original box for it, and it's likely that I'll have to remove it for shipping, but I'm sure you guys know how to install a graphics card. This will be included with the PC. This is the graphics card that I'm selling with the PC. It's my absolutely wonderful MSI Radeon 6870 Hawk Edition card. Now, what is a Hawk Edition card? Okay, so instead of 900 MHz on the clock, which is what you get with the standard 6870, this is factory overclocked to 930 MHz on the core clock. So that's just a factory overclock, and you can go even further. And MSI provide excellent features like direct voltage checkpoints on the card to plug in your multimeter to get the most reliable voltage checks possible, just so you can perform a very, very clean overclock. Okay, so this card is obviously a little bit quicker already than the original 6870, but it's a fantastic overclocker, and MSI Afterburner works very well with this card. Other advantages to the Hawk card then, it has the Twin Frozer 3 cooler, which is a very advanced cooler. This is a dual fan setup. I believe they're dual 80mm fans with MSI's very, very good blade design. So they're quiet, extremely quiet. I can't stress how quiet this card is, and it shifts a lot of air. It's a very good cooler for this card. So performance wise, this is obviously a DirectX 11 capable card, and I have cranked pretty much every game I own up to the max. I've been playing a little bit of Metro 2033 lately. Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2, they can both get cranked all the way up to the top. Obviously I've been playing Duke Nukem Forever, that can get cranked. Call of Duty, that can get cranked. And this card can pretty much deal with anything. Battlefield, crank it up, why not? And this PC performs very well. So, a few other little points to mention then. Back here, we have a switch that controls the inverter for the cold cathode. So if you don't like the LEDs and you can't be bothered to take them out, just hit that switch and the LEDs in this computer will go out. And the side fan is wired up to the fan controller within this drive bay. So you can see here that it says number 1, it's wired up to the first fan controller, and that's cable tied into the drive bay. So if you do unplug the side panel completely, you won't lose it. So let's stand this system back up. This case is the NZXT Lexa S Mid-Tower Crafted Series case. Like I think I've mentioned, it's a very nice size case, and when you can see the build standing up like it would, you can see it's a very, very clean looking build, tidy cabling, and of course all the dust will be gone when I sell it to you. Now then, you might be thinking throughout this whole video, what's the price gonna be? Well, guys, I built this for around £700 to £750 worth of parts about 11 months ago. You may be thinking, whoa, it's only got 4 gigs of RAM, why did it cost so much? Well, I bought a very good quality power supply, a very good quality graphics card, quite an expensive CPU for the time, and I spent a lot of extra money on buying good quiet fans that shift a lot of airflow for the whole case. So it was a fairly expensive build. It cost me around £750 maximum, I believe. And you guys can make an offer. So before I talk more in depth about price, I'd like to mention that when you receive this computer, Windows 7 Ultimate 64-bit will be installed and fully activated, along with every single driver, every single up-to-date driver for every single component in this machine. And I'll check every nook and cranny just to make sure everything is working. But ever since I changed my graphics card to that 6870, I've had no issues with this system whatsoever. So, it'll all be stress tested before it gets to you. And a fresh copy of Windows. You'll have none of my crap lying around on this computer. It'll be nice and fresh. And like I said, you'll get the original boxes, you'll get all the original accessories. So price-wise, guys, I'm not really gonna look at anything ridiculous. If anyone offers me, say £400, I won't be happy with that. I won't be happy with £450. I won't really be happy with £500, because I paid £750 for this 11 months ago, and it's still a very current machine. It still uses DDR3 memory, it still uses a 6000 series video card, and it has a quad-core CPU clocked very, very high. So let me know what you guys want to ask for it, what you guys want to offer for it, sorry. If no one wants to buy it, then I will be putting it on eBay, starting the bidding at a decent price. Please, no silly offers, and I won't take offers within YouTube comments into consideration. If you want to seriously discuss this PC with me and about buying this computer, then please email me at itsmynaturalcolour@gmail.com. And guys, this is probably UK only postage, because to post it anywhere else it's going to cost a bomb and the insurance will be absolutely horrendous. So this is my PC, everyone. I'm selling it, and please get back to me soon via my email address.